أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I was listening to the discussion that you all were having about hoarding, and I was just reflecting that human beings by nature, they want khair for themselves, isn't it? Every person wants good for himself, which is why anything that he finds that he thinks could benefit him, he wants to have it. Whether it is some food, or it is a piece of garment, or it is a pen or a pencil or anything, right? Which is why people develop this habit of collecting things, because you think that this might benefit me. What if I need this? And by nature, this is a good thing to have. This is a good characteristic to have, because you should always be searching for something that's going to benefit you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does He want us to focus on? That compared to the things of this dunya, what is it that really benefits us? It's the Qur'an. Because the things of this dunya, they can only benefit us temporarily. Isn't it so? And their benefit is also partial. It's incomplete. But the benefit of the Qur'an, it is much more. And it's not temporary. The benefit that Qur'an brings us is in the dunya, is in the grave, is in the hereafter as well. This is why this comparison is being made. هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. That people gather things to benefit themselves. But of the best things out there that you can get for yourself is what? The Qur'an. The knowledge of the Qur'an. Amal of the Qur'an. Because that is what is truly going to benefit us. So the point of this was not to make fun of or laugh at people or consider this to be such a cheap habit or something like that. But the point is that we must reflect on ourselves and think that what is it that we should be collecting for ourselves. Okay, let's continue the lesson. Lesson number 115, Surah Yunus. We'll begin from ayah number 71. وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ, and recite to them, نَبَأَ نُوحٍ, the news of Nuh alayhi salam. Meaning, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, recite to the people the story, the news of the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Meaning his story as to how he dealt with his people. إِذْ قَالَ, when he said, Nuh alayhi salam said, لِقَوْمِهِ, to his people, what did he say? That, Ya qawmi, O my people. In, if, kana, it was, kabura, it was great. If it is very great, alaykum, upon you, what is very great upon you? Maqami, my place, my standing. Wa tadhkiri, and my reminding you. My reminder. Of what? Bi ayatillahi, with the verses of Allah. In kana kabura alaykum maqami wa tadhkiri bi ayatillah. If my residence, if my stay here, and my reminding of the signs of Allah has become too great for you. Kabura is from the root letters Kaf Bara. And what does that literally mean? To be big. And kabura is when something becomes very difficult, very burdensome for a person. It's very difficult for him to tolerate it. So, in kana kabura alaykum, it's become very difficult for you. It's become intolerable for you. What? Maqami, first of all. Maqami is a combination of maqam and the ya at the end, which means me. And this ya is called ya mutakallim. Okay? You know how in your tables when you're learning, there's a third person, there's a second person, then there's a first person. The first person is called mutakallim, because he's the one who is speaking. So maqami, my place. And the word maqam is from the root letters qaf, waw, mim. Qama yaqumu is literally to stand. And the word maqam is used as the status of a person, the position that he has. And secondly, the word maqam is also used for residence. It is also used for residence because it's the place where a person stands, a place where a person resides. From the same root is the word iqama. What is iqama? Iqama is also used for what? You know when people go to some other country and then they have to get their iqama. What is it? Residence, right? So maqam is residence. Okay? You should relate words with such words so that you can remember them. Okay? So if my maqam is very difficult for you, what does it mean by that? First of all, if my staying here amongst you my residence amongst you has become very difficult for you to bear. How long was Nuh alayhi salam amongst his people? For over 900 years. And throughout that period, he was delivering the message to them. And constantly the people were in denial. So he is saying, if my residence here has become very difficult for you, you can't tolerate me anymore, you want me to leave. Secondly, maqam has also been understood as my position. What position did Nuh alayhi salam have? Of a messenger, of a da'i, that he was calling them to Allah. So in other words, this work that I am doing while amongst you, that I am calling you to Allah, if this has become very burdensome on you, وَتَذْكِيرِي, and my reminder. Tadhkir from the root letters? Dhal kafra. Dhikra, dhikr, tadhkir. Tazkir is to remind. Dhikr is reminder. Dhikra is also reminder. And tadhkir is to remind, to give reminder. So my giving reminder to you, my reminding you of the ayat of Allah, meaning my reminding you of your duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of worshipping Him alone, has become too difficult for you. In other words, you cannot tolerate me anymore. Then فَعَلَى اللَّهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ, then upon Allah I have trusted. And notice, عَلَى اللَّهِ, upon Allah, meaning upon only Allah I have put my trust. That He is going to support me, He is going to help me, He is going to protect me against you. Then what should you do? فَأَجْمِعُوا, so all of you gather together. أَجْمِعُوا from the root letters, Jim, Mim, Ayn, Jama'a, which means to collect, to gather together. So all of you gather, أَمْرَكُمْ, your affair, your matter. أَجْمِعُوا أَمْرَكُمْ literally means you all gather your affair. But the words together, they give the meaning of to agree on a plan. What do they mean? To agree on a plan, to make a joint decision, to come to terms. So all of you make a plan, all of you make a joint decision, all of you come to terms, وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ, and your partners as well. Meaning take the help of who? Of all those gods whom you worship besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of you collectively plan. Why? In order to harm me. In order to expel me. In order to finish me. All of you people. And also seek the help of your shuraka. And once you've made this plan to harm me, don't keep it as a secret. Summa then, la yakun, it should not be amrukum, your matter, meaning your decision that you've made concerning me, alaykum, upon you, ghumma, obscure. Ghumma is from the root letters ghain, mim, mim. Ghain, mim, mim. The word ghamam is also from the same root. What does ghamam mean? A cloud. What does it do? It gives shade. It covers. It hinders the sunlight from reaching the surface of the earth. From the same root is the word gham as well. What does gham mean? Sadness. Because that also, covers a person. It makes him gloomy. It makes him sad. So, this plan that you have made, it should not remain as ghumma. What does it mean by ghumma? Obscure, hidden. What it means is that don't make it as a secret plan. Publicize it. Carry it out, execute it openly. In front of me, in front of one another. Tell one another as well. So in other words, what he's saying is, make a plan to harm me and execute it without any fear. Because generally what happens? When people wish to do something wrong, when people wish to do something evil, like for example, killing a particular person, then what do? They make a plan in privacy. Isn't it so? Just remember the time when the mushrikeen of Makkah were deciding to get rid of the Prophet ﷺ. How did they do it? In privacy, in a private gathering. They didn't go out in the haram. And even when they wished to execute that plan, they didn't do it in the morning. When did they do it? At night. So similarly, he's saying that this plan that you're making, don't fear people, don't fear me, rather execute it openly, do it fearlessly. ثُمَّ قُضُوا إِلَيَّ, then you all decree to me. Uqdu from the root letters, qa, dad, ya, qada. Qada yaqdi is to accomplish, to execute, to carry out. Ilayya, to me, meaning perform what you have intended to me. Intended with regards to me. Do what you have decided about me. وَلَا تُنظِرُونِ, and do not give me any respite. تُنظِرُونِ from the root letters, nun zara. Don't give me any chance. Don't defer the plan. Don't give me any chance, just do it. So we see over here that Nuh alayhi salam, he did da'wah for over 900 years. But the people were not believing in him at all. And it was getting to a point where the people could not tolerate him anymore. They wanted to get rid of him. So he said to them openly, that if you cannot tolerate me anymore, then go ahead, try to make a plan, and execute it against me. I have trusted upon Allah, all of you get together, agree upon a plan, and don't keep it as a secret plot, but rather do it fearlessly, openly. And let's see what happens. Don't give me any respite. Don't delay this at all. Don't say that you're going to carry it out next week or next year. No. Do something against me right now. Now, who can say such a thing? The person who is extremely confident about what he's doing. The person who is very confident about what he's doing. That he can challenge other people. Try, dare to harm me. So it shows the confidence that Nuh alayhi salam had. That what he was doing, what he was preaching was 100% true. So what do we see? That yaqeen, conviction, certainty, it gives confidence to a person. So if we are ever afraid of obeying the commands of Allah, then what does it mean? We lack conviction. We lack certainty. Because if we were 100% sure that this is the very best option for me, then we would not doubt for even a moment. We would not fear people for even a moment. And this type of yaqeen, this type of conviction is essential for a messenger. For someone who is conveying the message of Allah to people. So it's not just essential for a messenger, but anyone who conveys the message of Allah to the people after him. Why? Because when he is delivering the message, he will face many challenges, a lot of opposition. And this opposition should not make him fearful, should not make him stop. The person should be confident that if I am doing the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I have trusted upon Allah, He will protect me, He will save me, I rely upon Him, He is the one who commanded me, I am obeying Him, He will take care of me. And if all the people gather together to harm me, they cannot harm me unless and until Allah allows. And we see that even Hud alayhi salam, when his people said to him that إِن نَقُولُ إِلَّا اعْتَرَاكَ بَعْضُ آلِهَتِنَا بِسُوءٍ, that the people said to him that we think that our gods, they have intended some evil for you, which is why you're saying what you're saying. قَالَ, he said, إِنِّي أُشْهِدُ اللَّهِ وَاشْهَدُوا أَنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِمَّا تُشْرِكُونَ, that I call Allah to witness and you bear witness as well that I am free from that which you ascribe as partners in worship with Him. مِن دُونِي فَكِيدُونِي جَمِيعًا, so plot against me, all of you. ثُمَّ لَا تُنظِرُونِي, and do not give me any respite. إِنِّي تَوَكَّلْتُ عَلَى اللَّهِ رَبِّي وَرَبِّكُمْ, I have put my trust in Allah, who is my Lord and also your Lord. So what's the lesson in this for us? That when we have to do something, an act of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we should be 100% confident about it. Because only when we have that confidence, then can we obey. And if we begin to fear people, if we begin to fear their threats, if we begin to fear their plans against us, then we will never be able to do anything that we want to do. فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ, and if you turn away. Nuh alayhi salam continued that if you turn away, meaning from my tadhkir, from my reminding you, my invitation that I am giving you to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you turn away, فَمَا سَأَلْتُكُمْ, then I have not asked you min ajrin, any reward. Meaning then know that I am not going to lose anything. Do you understand? If you turn away, then you should know that I did not ask you for any ajr anyway. In other words, if you were to believe, it's not like I was going to get some personal benefit. And if you don't believe, I was going to suffer some personal harm. No. When I am calling you to Allah, I am not calling you so that I can get some ajr, some reward from you. You cannot give me reward anyway. Who can give me reward for the work that I'm doing? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you don't listen to me, you cannot harm me. Who are you going to harm in reality? Yourself. And this is what happens many times. That sometimes a person is telling us about what the truth is, about what is really the right thing to do. But we have some personal grudge against them, some personal bias against them, and we don't listen to them. Why? Because we think that if we don't listen to them, somehow or the other we're going to harm them. But in reality, who are we harming? Ourselves. Because they're not going to get anything by our doing right. It's we who are going to benefit. So فَمَا سَأَلْتُكُم مِّنْ أَجْرٍ, I have not asked you for any ajr anyway. Because in ajriya, not is my reward illa except ala Allah, upon Allah. Only Allah can give me reward. وَأُمِرْتُ, and I have been commanded, أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, that I should be of those who submit to Allah. And this was the manhaj, this was the creed of all of the prophets of Allah. What? Submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And we see this repeatedly in Surah Al-Baqarah. Ayat 131 to 132. What did we learn? إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Ibrahim alayhi salam. وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوبُ. Ibrahim alayhi salam and Yaqub alayhi salam, both of them. What did they do? Both of them, they gave this wasiyah to their children that Ya Bani, Ya Inna Allah astafa lakum ad-deen, fala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. This was the creed of all the prophets. Yusuf alayhi salam as well. In Surah Yusuf, ayah 101, we learn, رَبِّ قَدْ آتَيْتَنِي مِنَ الْمُلْكِ وَعَلَّمْتَنِي مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ فَاطِرِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ أَنْتَ وَلِيِّي فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ تَوَفَّنِي مُسْلِمًا وَأَلْحِقْنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ. Even he makes a dua that tawaffani musliman, make me die as a Muslim. Musa alayhi salam, he also said, in the same surah, ayah 84, inshallah we will learn, that Ya qawmi in kuntum amantum billahi fa'alayhi tawakkalu in kuntum muslimin. If you are Muslim. So, we see that this was a creed of all of the messengers of Allah, that they submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Nuh alayhi salam, the first messenger, what does he say? That وَأُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. I have been commanded to be of those who are Muslim, those who submit to Allah. Therefore, I'm not going to leave what Allah has commanded me out of your fear. فَكَذَّبُوهُ. But did they believe in him? No, they denied him. فَنَجَّيْنَاهُ. So we saved him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rescued him. وَمَن مَّعَهُ. And those who were with him, meaning those people who believed in Nuh alayhi salam. How did we save them? فِي الْفُلْكِ, in the ship. وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ, and we made them. We made who? We made those people who were saved with Nuh alayhi salam. We made them khala'if, successors. Where? On the earth. Meaning, from now on, it was these people who resided upon the earth. It was no other nation. It was only those people. And after them, it was their progeny that continued. وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ خَلَائِفَ. وَأَغْرَقْنَا, and we drowned. الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, those people who denied our ayat. فَانظُرْ, so look. كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُنذَرِينَ, how was the consequence of those people who were warned? Munzarin. Who is munzar? One who has been given the warning. And who is munzir? One who gives the warning. So who does the munzarin refer to? The people of Nuh alayhi salam. They were given the warning very clearly, very openly, but still they rejected. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, look, what was their end? Now we have to check as well, that we have also been given several warnings. So what is our behavior? at the end, those upon the truth, those who accept the warning, they are the ones who are successful. ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَا, then we sent, مِن بَعْدِهِ, after him, meaning after Nuh alayhi salam, we sent رُسُلًا, messengers. To who? إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ, to their people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent many messengers after Nuh alayhi salam to their people. And Nuh alayhi salam was the first messenger. And after him, which messengers were sent? For example, Lut alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, before them Shu'aib alayhi salam. Who else? Salih alayhi salam. Many messengers were sent. فَجَاءُوهُمْ, so they came to them. Meaning the messengers came to their people with what? بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ, with the clear proofs. What do the bayinat refer to? Clear evidences through which the truth of the messenger was obvious. And these bayinat include the miracles, and it also includes the evidences that the messengers gave. فَمَا كَانُوا, but they were not, لِيُؤْمِنُوا, that they would believe. Meaning despite the clear evidences, despite the clear miracles, these people, they did not believe. Why? بِمَا كَذَّبُوا بِهِ, because they had denied in him. In who? In the messenger. مِن قَبْلُ, from before. What does it mean by that? That when the messenger came to the people, what was their initial reaction? Of denial, of disbelief. And because they denied the messenger right at the beginning, after that, no matter what the messenger said to them, no matter what he showed them, they refused to believe. And in the following ayat we will see as to how Musa a.s. he was sent to Fir'aun. And the initial reaction of Fir'aun was of what? Denial. And after that, no matter what Musa a.s. showed him, Fir'aun refused to believe. Why? Because it's the arrogance. Because of the arrogance. That because they had disbelieved the first time, they refused to believe after that. They refused to change their minds. So فَمَا كَانُوا لِيُؤْمِنُوا بِمَا كَذَّبُوا, because they had denied before in the messenger, min qablu, before, when he first came to them. This is why they were not to believe. كَذَلِكَ, likewise. نَطْبَعُ, we set a seal, عَلَى قُلُوبِ الْمُعْتَدِينَ, upon the hearts of those people who cross limits. What was their i'tada? What was their crossing limits? That they rejected the messenger as soon as they heard about him. That was their initial reaction. Without using their mind, without paying attention, without asking anything, their initial reaction was of denial. And because they denied at the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set a seal upon their hearts. Then no matter how much they were shown, no matter what they were told, they refused to believe. As we learn in the Quran that وَنُقَلِّبُ أَفْئِدَتَهُمْ وَأَبْصَارَهُم, and we shall turn their hearts and their eyes away from guidance. Why? Because they did not believe in the first time. They did not believe the first time. Like for example, the Prophet ﷺ as well, when he came as a messenger, when he was sent as a messenger, there were some people who rejected right at the beginning. They recognized the truth, they understood it, they knew it, but they rejected. Why? Because of their bias, because of their arrogance. Like for example, Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab. It was their arrogance that prevented them from believing. It was this fear that if we believe in him, we will lose our prestige, we will lose our leadership. So which is why even if they saw some truth, even if they recognized it, they refused to believe. And after that, no matter what they heard, no matter what they saw, they refused to believe. Why? Because now it was a competition against the haqq. It was a competition against the messenger. It became personal now. And we will see in the story that is mentioned afterwards, the story of Fir'aun, that this is exactly what happened. That Musa a.s. brought him the message, he refused at the beginning, and later on, even when he saw the truth, he refused to accept, because accepting the truth meant degrading himself. And he was not willing to do that. Recitation.
واتل عليهم نبأ نوح إذ قال لقومه يا قوم إن كان كبر عليكم مقامي وتذكيري بآيات الله فعلى الله توكلت فأجمعوا أمركم وشركاءكم ثم لا يكن أمركم عليكم غمة ثم قضوا إلي ولا تنظرون فإن توليتم فما سألتكم من أجر إن أجري إلا على الله وأمرت أن أكون من المسلمين فكذبوه فنجيناه ومن معه في الفلك وجعلناهم خلائف وأغرقنا الذين كذبوا بآياتنا فانظر كيف كان عاقبة المنذرين ثم بعثنا من بعده رسلا إلى قومهم فجاءوهم بالبينات فما كانوا ليؤمنوا بما كذبوا به من قبل كذلك نطبع على قلوب المعتدين.
Remember we learned earlier in Surah Tawbah that if Allah gives us an opportunity and we don't avail it, then what happens? We lose future opportunities as well. So similarly, when a person rejects something the first time, then what happens? His ego comes in the middle. And that prevents him from accepting the truth even if he realizes it. And this is something very dangerous. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.